What is data governance? Organizations are drowning in data but starving for reliable information. In the next few minutes, we will explore how data governance, using DAMA principles, data stewardship, and data quality practices, gives organizations the control, trust, and value they need from their data assets. Let's get started. Data governance is the framework of policies, processes, roles, and standards that ensure data is managed as a strategic organizational asset, accurately, securely, and in compliance with regulations. Data governance spans the full scope of organizational data management from quality through security to compliance. Data quality is the most visible outcome of data governance. When data is inaccurate, incomplete, or inconsistent, business decisions suffer, reporting is unreliable, and customer experiences degrade. Data governance establishes the quality standards, measurement processes, and remediation workflows that maintain data trustworthiness. Data stewardship assigns accountability for specific data domains, customer data, financial data, product data, to named individuals or teams. Stewards define standards for their domain, monitor quality, approve data policy changes, and serve as the authoritative voice on data definitions and acceptable use. Data policies define the rules governing how data is created, accessed, used, retained, and disposed of. Data standards define the specific format, naming conventions, and classification requirements for each data element. Together, policies and standards create the organizational data rulebook. A data catalog is the inventory of the organization's data assets, what data exists, where it lives, what it means, who owns it, and what quality level it meets. Without a catalog, data consumers waste significant time searching for data, duplicating effort, and using incorrect sources. The catalog is the foundation of data democratization. Data governance is inseparable from regulatory compliance. GDPR requires documented data processing activities, consent management, retention schedules, and breach notification procedures. CCPA, HIPAA, and other frameworks impose similar requirements. Data governance creates the structures and evidence that make compliance demonstrable. These four terms form the core vocabulary of data governance practice. DAMA International publishes the Data Management Body of Knowledge, the DMBOK, which defines the 11 knowledge areas of data management: data governance, data architecture, data modeling, data storage, data security, data integration, documents and content, reference and master data, data warehousing and business intelligence, metadata management, and data quality. The DMBOK is the professional standard for enterprise data management. Data stewards are the human accountability layer of data governance. Unlike IT system owners who manage the technical infrastructure, data stewards own the meaning and quality of the data itself. A customer data steward defines what the authoritative customer record looks like, approves the business rules for customer data quality, and arbitrates disputes about customer data definitions between business units. Data lineage traces the origin of data and its journey through every system, transformation, and use. When a business user questions why a number in a report does not match another source, data lineage provides the investigation path. It is also essential for GDPR compliance. Organizations must be able to demonstrate where personal data came from, how it has been used, and where it has been shared. Master data management addresses the most damaging data quality problem most enterprises face: multiple inconsistent records for the same real-world entity. When a large organization has 5 different systems, each holding a different version of the same customer's address, reporting is inaccurate, communications are duplicated or misdirected, and regulatory compliance is at risk. MDM creates the single authoritative version that all systems synchronize to. Data governance works through a combination of organizational structures, policies, and technology platforms. Implementing data governance follows a structured path from strategy to stewardship to data catalog. Data governance starts with strategy, defining what the program will cover, what business problems it will solve, and what success looks like. Trying to govern all data immediately is impractical. Successful programs focus first on the most critical data domains, typically those driving key business decisions, regulatory compliance, or significant operational processes. governance structures formalize the accountability framework. A data governance council, typically composed of senior business leaders and the chief data officer, sets policy and resolves escalated issues. Data stewards in each business domain manage day-to-day governance responsibilities. IT provides the tools and infrastructure that enable governance activities. Data policies define the rules that govern how data is managed across its life cycle. Data quality rules define what acceptable quality looks like for each critical data element. Data classification standards define sensitivity levels and handling requirements. These artifacts are the operational expression of the data governance strategy. The data catalog is both a technical tool and a cultural artifact. Technically, it inventories the organization's data assets with metadata, definitions, owners, quality levels, lineage, and access controls. Culturally, it enables self-service data discovery, reducing the time data consumers spend searching for data and increasing their confidence in the data they use. Data governance is not a one-time implementation. It is an ongoing operational discipline. Data quality is monitored continuously against defined thresholds. Policy violations are identified and addressed. The data catalog is maintained as data assets change. Regular governance reviews assess program effectiveness and identify areas for improvement. Data governance operates through interconnected organizational, process, and technology layers that together ensure data is a trusted asset. Data governance strategy defines the organizational mandate and scope for the program. It answers, which data domains will be governed first? What are the priority use cases? Analytics, regulatory compliance, or operational efficiency? What does success look like in 12 months? A clear strategy prevents data governance from becoming a technology project disconnected from business value. Governance structures create the organizational accountability that makes data governance stick. Without clear roles and responsibilities, data governance remains aspirational. The Data Governance Council sets enterprise policy. Domain stewards manage day-to-day data quality and policy compliance. The CDO provides leadership and adjudicates conflicts. Each structure has defined authority and accountability. Data policies and standards are the operational rulebook for data management. They define data classification levels and handling requirements, data quality thresholds by domain, retention and disposal schedules, access control requirements, and the standards for naming, format, and definition of critical data elements. Without these artifacts, governance activities have no reference point. The data catalog is the visibility layer of data governance. It gives every data consumer in the organization the ability to find data assets, understand what they mean, assess their quality, and know who to contact with questions. A well-maintained catalog reduces data search time, prevents the use of incorrect data sources, and enables confident data-driven decision-making. Continuous quality monitoring and compliance verification are what transform data governance from a policy exercise into an operational discipline. Automated data quality checks flag violations as they occur. Compliance dashboards track regulatory obligations across the data estate. Regular governance reviews assess program health and drive continuous improvement. Data governance creates the trust and control that makes organizational data genuinely valuable. Organizations with mature data governance make better decisions, manage risk better, and extract more value from their data. Data quality improvement is the most immediate and tangible benefit of data governance. When business users can trust the data in their reports and dashboards, decision-making improves. When operational systems are fed accurate, complete data, processes work correctly. Data quality is the foundation of organizational data capability. GDPR fines, HIPAA penalties, and SOX violations are significant financial and reputational risks for organizations with poor data governance. Data governance creates the documented processing activities, consent management, retention schedules, and access controls that satisfy regulatory auditors and reduce the probability of enforcement action. Analytics and business intelligence are only as reliable as the underlying data. Organizations with strong data governance, accurate, consistent, well-documented data, can build analytics capabilities that genuinely inform decisions. Organizations with poor data quality spend most of their analytics effort arguing about whether the numbers are right rather than acting on insights. Data professionals in organizations without governance spend extraordinary amounts of time finding data, verifying its accuracy, reconciling conflicting sources, and understanding what data elements mean. Data governance, through catalogs, stewardship, and quality management, dramatically reduces this wasted effort and accelerates time to insight. AI and machine learning models are only as good as the training data they learn from. Data governance ensures that data used for AI is accurate, complete, well-documented, and ethically sourced. Organizations building AI capabilities without data governance foundations are building on sand. The models will reflect the quality and biases of the underlying data. The contrast between organizations with and without data governance reveals the full cost of poor data management. Without data governance, data quality is poor and inconsistent. Business units maintain their own data silos with incompatible definitions. Analysts spend more time arguing about numbers than acting on them. Regulatory compliance depends on heroic individual effort rather than systematic process. AI and analytics initiatives consistently underperform because the underlying data cannot be trusted. With mature data governance, data is accurate, consistent, well-documented, and trusted. A single authoritative source exists for each critical data domain. Analysts spend their time on analysis rather than data cleaning. Regulatory obligations are met through systematic processes rather than individual heroics. AI initiatives succeed because they are built on a foundation of trusted, well-governed data. Let us close with the 4 most important ideas from this overview of data governance. Ready to implement data governance in your organization? The full Udemy course covers governance strategy, stewardship models, data quality management, data catalog implementation, and regulatory compliance, step by step with templates. Click the link below to enroll. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more explainer videos. See you in the next one.